Why do stars have to release updates like these, bro? Like, these updates add nothing to the table, but I still need to talk about them because it's an update. Anyways, Stars have just dropped the 2026 New Year's update, and it's just as useful as I am to the internet. This update adds quite a few guns, but from all those guns, you're only gonna use one of them. Why? Because everything else sucks. And also, suppressor rework. Anyway, this video is gonna be smaller than my usual update videos, and that's because this update is kind of just there. I'm like, I don't know, man. It kind of sucks. If you haven't guessed from the thumbnail, yes, these guys have added the Mag 10 variants, which no one asked for. I seriously don't even need to cover any of the stats of these guns because it's basically adding a grain of salt in your usual everyday dinner. Seriously, these serve no purpose other than to pile the Phantom Force's weapon arsenal. Stylus thought that the suppressors aren't very good and decided to completely remaster them. And this is probably a hot take. I actually kinda like it. Basically now all suppressors reduce all type of recoil. By how much, it really depends on the suppressor. And also they all buff ranges and muzzle velocity now. So keep that in mind. Now instead of me just explaining what each suppressor does, I'm gonna show you what they do. Because if I tried explaining what they do, this video is gonna be way longer than it needs to be. In the previous update video, I said shotguns now kinda suck. However, I take that back because I didn't realize it at the time, but shotguns got a massive range buff as well. So even though they deal less damage, they can keep that damage farther than they even used to be before. So that means they can one-shot even further than they used to be before, which means, yeah, basically that means the Psycho 12 can one-shot up to 80 studs, and Remington 870 can probably do that up to 150 consistently. Definitely balanced. And also, yeah, I made a fuss in the previous video that the Psycho 12 recoil sucks now, but honestly it's not even that bad. The reason why I thought it sucked because, you know, sideways climb on a shotgun, that's the first time I've seen it, I thought it would suck, but it didn't really suck. And it still has no recoil. However, I would say it's still a bit more balanced because now the Psycho 12 only has 5 rounds in the mag instead of 8. Well folks, that's it for the video. Yeah, it was very short as I said because, you know, there's literally not really any major changes in this update other than, you know, the suppressors, but we already covered that. So anyways, like if you like, dislike if you don't, and subscribe because I don't know, man. I can't find a reason for you to subscribe, but you know, it would be nice if you did so. Anyways, see you in the next one. Peace.